This is my review of Jojo's Bizarre Adventure. Okay, so apparently Dio is aware of the fact that he now needs to finish off Jotaro quickly because he's worried what will happen when he eventually has to face him, and realizes that he is apparently sending influence to the members of Jonathan's remaining family members. So Dio realizes this and sends an assassin to attack Jotaro. So Jotaro, meanwhile, is just kind of trying to get back to his normal life and is just kind of doing his own thing, trying to get back to his normal life. When the assassin, a young man in a school uniform, paints a red streak across a picture of Jotaro, and Jotaro's leg is cut in the exact same spot, which causes Jotaro to fall down the stairs on his way to school. So Jotaro, due to his quick thinking, is able to survive the fall and manages to grab the branches above him with his stand so that he's able to land on them and break his fall. And the assassin, Nakione Kakyoin, however you pronounce that, comes to him and feigns interest in him and asks if he's all right, fakes sympathy, and hands him a handkerchief to stop the bleeding. Jojo heads to the nurse's office immediately after this to get his wound dressed, and while he's there, the school nurse winds up getting possessed by a stand as Jotaro finds out that there's a note on the handkerchief that Kakyoin gave him saying that he's going to kill him with a stand. Kind of pretty roundabout way of saying that, but anyway, the whole thing. Jotaro realizes that Kakyoin is behind the nurse's now erratic behavior, as she is now stabbing students with a pen, and realizes that Kakyoin is most likely behind it, due to the nature of his stand, which I'll get into in a minute. And then Kakyoin appears in the window and reveals his loyalty to Dio and reveals that he's planning to kill Jotaro so that he can't face off against Dio. And Jotaro quickly realizes that the stand is inside the nurse and uses his own stand to pull it out, revealing Kakyoin's stand Hierophant Green. And Hierophant Green is revealed to be a long-range stand as opposed to Jotaro's short-range stand, with powerful attacks and the ability to be separated from its user for quite a while. And Kakyoin also reveals that any attacks done to the stand will hurt the nurse as well. So Jotaro is kind of at a disadvantage at this point, and then Jotaro is knocked into the wall by Hierophant Green's Emerald Splash, which knocks Jotaro into the wall, as I said. And Jotaro, realizing that the invisible nature of stands and the remote way in which they work means that essentially any stand user can get away with any crime remotely and nobody will be able to identify that it was them. And Jotaro realizes that he kind of has to play judge, jury, and executioner in order to stop people from getting hurt using stand powers. And then finishes off Hierophant Green with a flurry of rushes to the head, which knocks Kakyoin out. Although the force from the punches does wind up causing every window in the building to explode out at once, and everybody attributes it to a gas explosion. So basically, Jotaro finishes off Hierophant Green with enough force of an explosion. And Jotaro, realizing he'll probably get blamed for it and realizing that he needs to get out of there before anything happens, and also realizing that he needs to bring Kakyoin to Joseph to figure out what the hell's going on, flees the scene with Kakyoin draped over his shoulder like a bag of potatoes and heads back to the house. And also when he gets home, he notices that his mother is looking a bit pale, and while it's been established up to this point that he doesn't entirely care for his mother all too much, deep down he does actually care and speaks up and notices that she might not be feeling well and asks if she's all right. She denies it, of course, because it doesn't really look like she's all that sick. But so Jotaro just shrugs it off and continues with what he was doing. So he brings Kakoin's unconscious body to Joseph, and Joseph reveals that apparently there's a little bud of flesh right under his hairline that's connected to his brain and controlling him. And Jotaro is curious as to what exactly it is and what it's doing there. So yeah, Dio is apparently sending stand users after the Joestar family now. So, and he also apparently has developed his own stand somehow because of his connection to Jonathan. I don't really know how that works at all. It hasn't really been established how people get their stands yet. So, I'm not entirely sure how that works. It may have something to do with the circumstances of how Jonathan died. Maybe there's something in the room where he died that caused him to get stand powers miraculously while he was dying. But who knows? But yeah, now things have gotten real because now Dio is sending stand users after the Joestar family in an effort to snuff them out so that he's no longer using has limitations on his powers, because he has realized that his powers are somehow connected to the Joestar family, and he's not entirely sure how it works, but he realizes that he needs to finish them off quickly before they figured out how to make a two-way connection and figure out how it works. So Dio is clearly worried about having to face off against potential stand users, and Dio, realizing this, has sent out stand users to attack the Joestar family. Clearly this won't be the last time we'll see stand users fighting other stand users in the series. We've seen a couple of fights up to this point, but if Dio is going to continue to send stand users after the Joestar family, I'm assuming we'll continue to see more and more stand users trying to kill the Joestar family in the coming future. So that's going to be a little dangerous, because as it's been established, stand users are invisible to anyone except other stand users, so nobody but a stand user would be able to realize that there's stand users, and therefore the stand users will be able to get away with things without most people noticing them, and the Joestar family will have to kind of rely on their wits and hope that they don't get arrested, because deadly assault and nobody will notice. So yeah, who knows how it'll work, but I don't know how it's going to play out in the future. It could be interesting, it could be weird, it could be both. It's probably going to be both. So if you guys did enjoy this episode, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and my review of it, what did you guys think? Let's get a discussion going in the comment section down below, or over on my Discord server, link in the description. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook and on Twitter in the description below. And also, if you want to help support the channel, then be sure to check out my Patreon in the description below as well. It's only a couple bucks a month, and you get access to a bunch of different perks that you get to show to your friends and show off and just show your support. So be sure to check those out in the description below as well. So it's only a couple bucks a month, so be sure to check those out. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace! You're with the ORC? Then why don't you just ask Nanami? She used to play doubles with Makoto on the tennis team, so Nanami should know more about her than anyone else. Nanami-san used to be on the tennis team? That bundle of energy? Yeah, she was pretty good too. Everyone had high hopes for Makoto and Nanami as a pair, even the academy. Right at the